On this week's Waypoint, Tristana gets a fresh coat of paint, DFG goes the way of Heart of Gold, and the 2015 ranked season is almost here. What's up, guys, and welcome to Waypoint, your weekly League of Legends recap. I'm your host, Andrusco. First up, let's talk Tristana. Everyone's favorite hyper carry is receiving both a gameplay and a visual update in patch 5.1, and I've gotta say, she's looking pretty sick. She's much more Alien and Yordle-esque than before, and after seeing her new animations and skin updates, I've got no complaints at all in the visual department. Gameplay-wise, she isn't being completely overhauled. She's always been a strong AD carry. The biggest change is coming to her E. It still passively causes her unit kills to AoE nearby targets, which is great, but the active is completely changing. It's worth noting that it was one of the strongest level 1 abilities in the game, dealing 130 damage without even being a skill shot. Now though, it's been renamed to Explosive Charge, and it works quite like a Zillion Bomb. You fire it on an enemy or a turret, and after a few seconds, it blows up. The interesting part is that attacking a target with the charge ramps up the damage, and you can rocket jump onto the target for even more damage. Riot has said that they were removing some of the safe strength to her kit, and that they wanted her to have more of an Achilles heel, since she's such a beast in late game. I like the new E a lot. It is way more interesting, and she's still good old Tristana. Expect to see a lot of her in the competitive scene this year. Next up, in patch 5.2, Deathfire Grasp, the premier AP burst item, is being removed from the game. Riot gave two main reasons for this. First of all, DFG effectively gives champions designed to do a ton of burst, even more burst. And that's a problem because of the second reason. Riot has to balance champions assuming that anyone can use the item will use the item. With DFG being removed, we can expect the champions that need it to be buffed up in power level. And maybe, for the assassins that don't need more damage, even with DFG being removed, it will allow Riot to buff their utility in a way they couldn't before, and this also opens up item paths for AP assassins that were railroaded into rushing DFG as fast as possible. Ahri and Veigar have been mentioned as champions we can expect buffs for in the near future. This is going to be a very interesting change to watch, so say goodbye to those builds where you turn champions like Tristana, Cho'Gath, and Malphite into mages with surprisingly high burst. Next up, the 2015 ranked season will be kicking off on January 21st, and seeding for the new season is going to work differently than it has in the past. Your 10 placement games still matter, but good or bad luck won't cause you to rise or fall quite as much as it used to. Where you ended up on the ladder last season will factor in, which should make for a better gameplay experience for everyone. Because of that change and some number tweaking behind the scenes, no matter how well you do, you'll likely place lower than where you did last season. Between work or school, League of Legends, and your family, it is hard to find time to read. And at the end of a long day, sitting down to read a book can be a challenge. And that's why I use Audible.com. Audible is hands down the best way to get your audiobook fix. On your commute, in bed, or even while playing League, Audible is the way to go. With exclusive deals for members, fantastic prices, and over 100,000 audiobooks to choose from, there's something for everyone on Audible.com. Customer satisfaction is a priority at Audible, so it's incredibly easy to exchange any book you're not happy with using Audible's great listen guarantee. Start listening today by heading on over to gboffer.com/audible and kick things off with a free 30-day trial and a free audiobook that's yours to keep. That URL again is gboffer.com/audible. That does it for this week's episode of Waypoint. For more video game news and content, head on over to gamebreaker.tv. And be sure to check back every week for the latest latest League of Legends news. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, and if you want more League of Legends content, recaps, and updates, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, LolNationTV. I'm Kat Andrusco. You can follow me on Twitter @KatAndrusco. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you at the next Waypoint.